Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. We have a video today from AllAsianDilemmas.
In Jingju today, many young women have already collapsed financially because of debt. Did you know that? They have.
I saw this title and I was like, this is probably going to happen in the United States. How many women are going to default on their debt, on their student loans and their personal loans and credit card debt? It's going to be staggering.
Started going to the matchmaking market, looking for someone to take over their situation.
Run! DMC! Protect yourselves, men.
Their goal is very clear. They hope the other person will help pay off all their debts. They specifically look for local men who have a house, a car, and good financial conditions. They can even give up a bride price and say they are willing to accept divorced men. But their own debts? They expect the man to help repay them. If you encountered a situation like this, what would you do?
The hell no! Pay your own debts off.
I asked a man on the app, "What do you do for a living?" He answered, "I work as a manual laborer." Right away, I said, "Then you're not for me. I spend money. I wouldn't look for someone who does heavy labor, because you wouldn't be able to support me." He looked at me and asked, "How do you know that? Can't someone who does manual labor get married?" So I continued, "How much would you give me per month? I won't raise children for anyone, and I won't take care of kids either." Then he asked me,
"Then what
"And
the
what do
frick are you
do?"
for?"
And I answered, without thinking much, "I do nothing. I just want to find someone to support me. I really do nothing." When I read that conversation again later, my entire worldview collapsed. In that moment, I realized
she barely realizes it because she read her own messages. Just how entitled and dumb she is. Wow.
how distorted my own thoughts were. Because in any era, no one has the obligation to completely support another person. I didn't want to take care of the house. I didn't want to do anything. But I wanted to find a man to support me.
Yep.
And, being honest with myself, a woman with balanced values shouldn't think like that. I also realized how many of these ideas are sold as female awareness, as if women were always the only victims, always the ones who suffer the most, always the most wronged. But the truth is that both sides suffer.
We do.
Men also carry an enormous weight. They are expected to earn money, provide stability, be strong,
shut the hell up.
Stay silent, endure. They are expected not to cry, not to break, to hold everything alone. In the end, I understood something simple. No one has an easy life. And maybe the only way forward is to learn to look at each other with more empathy.
It would be nice.
I didn't just...
But I don't think men lost the empathy. Men still have it. Somewhat. Maybe we're starting to lose it now, but it's because women have really drained our empathy. But I don't think women have ever had empathy for men.
Lose money. I lost years. If all this time, I had stopped betting on red and blue, on promises, on pretty words, on the wrong men. Maybe today I would have so much more inside me. After so many nights believing, truly, just 3 months ago, in a single choice, I lost everything. I stayed awake for hours, my body exhausted, my soul in pain. And I started to ask myself, was the path I insisted on following really the right one? When it felt like I was finally learning, life showed me I was still playing the same game.
I think women don't change their game. That's the thing, right? We always say they mature faster, age faster. Yes, once they hit 16, but from then on they stop maturing and they keep using the same playbook, same game from that 16. And they're not 16 anymore. They're 30 now. You can't play that game anymore.
Cycle tortured me for years. And now I'm tired. So tired. Because it wasn't just love that I lost. I lost my value, my confidence, my ability to believe. In the end, everything changes. You start looking at life without interest, at people without hope, at yourself without strength. And the worst part? You realize you spent your life betting on men when you should have chosen with clarity. Now I have no chips left. No more chances. I'm emotionally bankrupt. In 2026, there may be a large number of women in debt. These people may enter the dating and marriage market trying to transfer their financial burden, and this has become one of the...
Guys, again, I do videos particularly. I think this is going to be a new wave of women in the United States. That we're already starting to see it. I want a soft girl life now. I just need someone to take care of me. I can't work forever. Those are these women here. These women that are in massive debt, looking for someone to take over that debt, pay that debt off, and live off of you like a leech.
The reasons for getting married. Because love and marriage have turned into matters of calculation and interest, many men no longer want to get married.
Hell no.
In a way, this is understandable. Today, many women, in practice, already check the other person's credit history and try to avoid people with debts. Behind this...
But yet, they expect us to just, gloss over their debts, even though they credit check us. Interesting.
There's a clear reason. The old culture in which men paid for everything is already over. Women's purchasing power is declining, and the luxury and aesthetic medicine industries show that in the past, many women overspent and now can't afford to pay it back.
Correct.
In addition, fewer and fewer men are willing to pay for you. Those women who claim to be independent, but insult men when they don't spend money on them, should earn...
Just think about it. You were financially savvy and financially smart to not spend a lot of extra money. You probably saved 50% of your paycheck, paid your bills and savings and all this, and all of a sudden you're ready to get married and stuff. And these women that did not care for any of that, spent all their money on whatever luxury funds that they got, went into massive debt, and it came to you and just like, I'm ready now. I'm ready. Thank you for making all those great financial decisions. I need you now. I need you to take care of me because I made horrible financial decisions. Don't fall for it.
Earn their own money instead of thinking about marriage as a way to take advantage of others.
Have you ever heard of debt marriage? If this year your love luck seems especially strong, and women are being unusually proactive with you, then you should be careful. Maybe it's not good luck in love. Maybe it's someone looking for you to take on debt. According to statistical data, in the second half of 2025, a large number of women in debt will enter the dating market. Many of them hope to use marriage and a high bride price to pay off their own debts. If you don't keep your eyes open, the happiness of the second half of your life may be destroyed by marriage. A few days ago, a young woman came to us for advice. She was 30 years old and had one child. When we asked about her situation, she said she owed more than $50,000 and truly couldn't go on like this anymore, so she wanted to try matchmaking. She wanted to meet a high-quality partner and hoped that this partner would help her pay off her debts. But honestly, a man's money doesn't fall from the sky.
It doesn't.
You don't just wave your hand and suddenly get $500,000 or $1 million. I told her directly, with your situation, this won't work here. Because our members always tell the truth about their circumstances. With a profile like that, it's simply impossible to find someone. So, brothers, keep your eyes open. Marriage is a major life...
Hey, shout outs to these matchmakers for actually denying her and telling her, yeah, we don't play this game here.
...decision. It determines long-term happiness. Don't act on impulse. Don't let surface-level enthusiasm blind you. Only rational judgment and honest communication can lead to a truly happy marriage. If the man has a stable income and meets the requirements, the bride price can even be waived. Divorced men with children are also acceptable. The biggest characteristic of this type of old pigeons is that they are hard
Damn, they call them old pigeons.
to change. They like traditional studies, yoga, and fitness. This is precisely due to economic changes. The so-called men who used to pay for everything saw their incomes collapse and became increasingly cautious about spending, which forced some people in debt to look for other ways out. If you happen to meet someone gentle, obedient, and eager to marry you, this little lamb should probably be asked to show a credit report first.
You hear that, guys? If she's feminine, soft, and everything, show me that credit report.
In Shanghai, and now across many parts of the country, many young women are already facing financial collapse because of debt. They enter the matchmaking market looking for all kinds of saviors, with only one goal, to have the other person pay off all their debts. Most of them use the excuse that they lost money in business with friends a few years ago, or that something happened in their family. But in reality, it all comes from overspending. Buying and buying, creating a luxurious image on social media. This society is becoming frightening. They don't ask for a bride price, and they even say they can accept divorced men with children. If this continues, getting married will require a credit report as a basic necessity.
In Guizhou, many young women deceive people for the bride price. Hello everyone, I'm Matchmaker ACAI, and I'll say it again clearly. First, we do not participate in bride price negotiations. Second, we do not support flash marriages. We also do not encourage two people to get married and register after knowing each other for only 1 or 2 weeks. We advocate emotional freedom and love based on genuine choice. Two people must first get to know each other, communicate, and spend time together. Only after building real emotional foundations should they talk about marriage.
Makes sense.
That way, the relationship will be more secure and more stable. If you choose to get married quickly just to rush the process, then you must be prepared to face the risk of losing both the person and the money.
When it comes to marriage, the man pays for everything: the apartment, the car, all the expenses. Then, after the child is born, his own mother, the grandmother, is still expected to raise the child.
True.
Is there any other country in the world where this happens? Only in China. So why are Chinese men collectively giving up, lying flat, and no longer wanting to get married? Why are they constantly complaining? Because, for them, marriage has an extremely low cost-benefit ratio. To marry a woman, a man has to make enormous efforts, hand over all his own money, use his parents' money and resources.
Translation. Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Just to be able to get a wife. In many places, men even go into debt just to get married.
Yeah, to go into to start a marriage off with debt because of a wedding or something, that is so not how you do things in life. Stop it, people. Stop.
Which other country do people need to borrow money to marry? Only in China. Chinese mothers-in-law, especially in southern China, are extremely demanding. Once the child is born, the grandmother is expected to take care of it. If she doesn't, then she must pay. You think you can be a free, relaxed grandmother? That option doesn't exist. Have you seen this in the United States? There, grandparents have no obligation to raise grandchildren.
True.
They might invite the child over to play,
True.
have a small party, and that's it. No one takes responsibility for raising your child.
I mean, he's comparing our culture to Chinese culture. I don't think our culture is that great, though, brother. I mean, you're praising that grandmas don't have to take care of their grandkids, but we're also very individualistic and not very family-oriented over here either.
Chinese men and Chinese mothers-in-law, in terms of pressure and responsibility, rank at the very top in the world. Number 1. If you ask foreigners in interviews, what do you think about Chinese men having to provide a house, a car, bride price, and childcare? They are shocked. They ask, is that real? My God, doesn't the woman contribute anything? Only the man. That is their reaction. But in China, if you don't provide all that, you are the one considered wrong. This has become a deeply backward custom. If this continues, China will...
This is why they say China and US are so different and all this. Are we really that different from them? Are we? The only thing is they're just, smaller eyes and shorter stature. That's about it. That's the only really major difference between our countries.
Lose the word love. All marriages will become purely rational transactions, based on calculations of and profit and loss. China will lose the word love. This is not the progress of civilization. This is decline. This is a step backward in human history.
She ruined the negotiation herself and kicked the guy out on the spot. The next day, she regretted it so deeply she was sick with remorse. A few days ago, Sister Liu, the matchmaker, took the young man to the girl's house to formally propose. It was supposed to be a good moment, but because of the bride price, everything turned into a fight. The young man was directly thrown out of the house. The next day, the girl went crying to ask for reconciliation, but the man no longer wanted anything to do with her. The two had originally met through Sister Liu. The girl was born after 1995, worked as a kindergarten teacher, earned a little over $40,000 a year, came from a rural family, and had a younger brother. The young man was born in 1992, graduated from a top 985 university, worked as a doctor in a private hospital, and earned $300,000 a year.
Damn.
His father was a university professor,
Damn. Okay.
and his mother was also a doctor. In terms of background, the gap was obvious. But the young man liked the girl because she was pretty, and the girl thought the man had excellent conditions. They quickly fell for each other.
But she thought she can play him.
After dating for a while, they met each other's parents. From the beginning, the man's parents didn't like the future daughter-in-law,
Of course.
thinking the families were not well matched. The girl
Because, yeah, your family probably vetted her pedigree and saw her family was a shit show, and she's a shit show, and every other generation of hers was some kind of a shit show. They're probably like, this is going to be a shit show.
girl felt humiliated when she visited his family, went back and argued with him. He always comforted her, "Don't mind them. As long as we're good together, that's enough." So, with constant ups and downs, another half-year passed. Then the girl's family began to push hard for marriage. The young man was trapped in the middle, because his parents gave him an ultimatum: if you marry her, don't call us your parents anymore.
Damn.
Still, the young man had an idea. He made a fake marriage certificate and showed it to his parents, saying, "It's already done." That forced both families to sit down and talk about the bride price. But as soon as the discussion started, everything exploded. The girl's parents demanded $288,000 as the
Damn.
bride price, plus a house and a car. No one could calm the situation. The young man tried to negotiate. After marriage, there are many expenses. Can we talk about it reasonably? The girl's mother immediately changed her expression and said, "Even widows in the village can get 20,000. What is my daughter lacking that she deserves less?" When the dowry was mentioned, she said confidently, "I raised my daughter all these years without getting anything back. Now she will go to your family and give you children. Shouldn't we have some security?" The young man,
And this is China for you guys. It's just said, yeah, there's good things about family-oriented cultures, bad things about family-oriented cultures.
anxious, walked in circles. "Auntie, I've only been working for 2 years. Money doesn't fall from the sky." The mother replied at once, "Then ask your parents to pay. No money and you still want to marry." The young man looked at his girlfriend. She only lowered her head, said nothing, as if she agreed with her parents. From 1 p.m. until 6 p.m., they argued non-stop. The girl's family refused to compromise. In the end, they drove them out. "Go home and think about it. If you can't accept it, don't come back." That night, the young man's parents made the decision: this marriage can't happen. Our family can't afford it. The next day, the young man blocked the girl. Then it was the girl's turn to panic. She called the matchmaker and said, "That was my parents' decision, not mine." Her parents quickly tried to change their stance. 10,000 is fine too. But the other side didn't even respond anymore.
Yeah, this is women thinking that they're hotter stuff than they are. Parents thinking that the woman is worth more than her actual value. No, the man that earns the money, the ridiculous amount of money that you're asking from him, that's the price.
A marriage that once looked perfect ended just like that. Honestly, bride price should never become so outrageous. You can't open your mouth like you're selling your daughter. If you truly care about your child, don't destroy a lifetime of happiness for momentary greed.
After everything we've seen in this video, it becomes clear that 2026 will not be just another ordinary year in the dating and relationship market.
It's not.
There is a real trend of increasing female debt.
This is why I think more men are going to be mid-tal, walking away from dating, because, yeah, if more women are going to be joining the force just to use men, just to get their debts paid off, good luck.
Driven by
Good
years
luck.
of early consumption, easy credit, and poor financial planning. When these debts become unsustainable, many people end up looking to relationships as a solution to problems that should be solved individually. The issue is not having financial difficulties that can happen to anyone. The issue is turning dating or marriage into a tool to transfer responsibility. At the same time, it is also easy to understand why more and more men are avoiding relationships and marriage. When love becomes conditional on gifts, transfers, bride prices, houses, cars, and immediate stability, the relationship stops being a partnership and becomes a negotiation. This creates distrust, frustration, and emotional distance. This is not a matter of gender, but of behavior and unrealistic expectations built over time. Online dating platforms simply reflect this change. Many people no longer enter these spaces looking for compatibility, shared values, or long-term growth,
Nope,
but
just
instead
money,
for
money,
financial
money.
security, immediate comfort, and quick solutions to personal problems. This creates an environment where everyone loses. Those who seek support become disappointed, and those who seek genuine connection end up feeling used. If this trend continues, marriage will increasingly stop being a choice based on love, companionship, and mutual growth, and will instead be seen as an informal financial contract.
And that's the thing, brother. I think it's already seen that way. At least Americans see it as an informal contract to kind of extract resources from us to the other party. Remember, they're incentivized to actually break the actual contract. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And see you guys next time. Ciao.